About me, yes, my name is Ed Grosvenor. I work at a company called Exact Sports in Chicago as the Director of Application Development. Grew up in Chicago, just moved here recently to Basel with my wife. You can reach out to me by email or Twitter. I think some of you follow me on Twitter. I'm sorry about that. Now on to Shift. Laravel Shift is, it was developed by a guy named Jason McCreary, who's also an American. And I assume we're not going to hold it against him. A really good guy, extremely helpful. I've spent a lot of time with him at conferences, and whenever we're in the same room together, we sit down and talk about what issues we're having at work and walk through test challenges and software challenges. Really always eager to share his experience and knowledge, and he created this amazing tool that we use basically every day at work. So as a senior developer, obviously, when I threw this app together, I wrote tests, right? Because that's what one does. So I'm going to go ahead and run those real quick. And it turns out, no, I did not create any tests. If you have an application, a Laravel application for which you don't have any tests, Laravel Shift has your back, I guess is how you would put it. Here at the Laravel Shift website, you can run shifts. There are a bunch of different ones that you can run. And the first one we're going to run here is the test generator. What this is going to do for me is it's going to add tests for all of the routes that I have in my routes file. So I'm going to go ahead and run the shift. I did a little bit of pre-work here. I apparently didn't do it. It'll sign me out. All right, got to go back to the bottom. Where is it? Test generator right here. So I'm going to purchase this one. Check out and run. Oh, lost my branch. And I'm going to run the shift. And what Shift is going to do is not much because I didn't.
I want your account. You don't need to check out.
I pulled a Ruslan here.
It's okay, we can wait.
We're going to have to. Yeah, we know there's an issue. Oh, test generator needs 9 or higher. Oh boy. Okay, well I guess we have to upgrade first. Usually I'd like to have tests before I upgrade, but in this case we can't. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to run the Laravel 9 generator. Laravel 9 upgrade here. Check out and run. It's always fun demoing online services, not having an idea how long they're going to sit in the queue.
You have the subscription plan?
I do. Yeah. No, I'm not just sitting here throwing money at this. Yeah, I have the everything plan. It's like the really expensive.
Yeah.
We don't even think about it. We run it on everything. There we go. Now I have my first pull request here. Now, what's great about Shift really is that you could go through the upgrade guide. Laravel provides a really nice upgrade guide when you're going from one version to another, and you can do some quick searching, and most things that will impact you, most things that they upgrade probably won't impact you. So I could probably do a manual upgrade of most applications in less than an hour, but I'll probably forget to do some things. So what's really nice about Shift is that it creates all these tiny little atomic commits that does just tiny little things that need to be done to get my upgrade done correctly. And all of these comments explain what was done. So I can read through the comments, understand what's happened, see if there's anything here that really needs my attention. Move from Swift Mailer to Symfony Mailer. I didn't write any mail in here, so that's not a problem for me. removed the public web configuration. I didn't use that. So I just kind of go through here and I can see I don't actually use, most of this stuff. So I feel pretty confident, having read carefully through all of these comments, that I can go ahead and run this commit. So I'm going to run composer. Probably just run composer install usually, but I'll do composer update here because why not? Okay, requires 8.0. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. The PHP version changed, so now I have to switch to a different PHP version. And how do I do that? What is the Mac package manager again? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, now this should work. All right. So, all right, test. I still don't have any tests, so. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go ahead and merge this pull request. So now I'm theoretically running on Laravel 9. So now, hopefully, I can go back here and I can run my run shift test generator. Here we go. The test generator. There's one thing that I would suggest to Jason is that he remember what the last one I did was, that I could just go through and it's not gonna let me do it. Jason, you're driving me nuts. Okay, anyway. So much for that plan.
Is it not because you...
It's because I've already purchased it. He doesn't want me to repurchase it, but I didn't purchase it because I have a subscription plan. So what we've done here is we've uncovered a little flaw in Jason's SaaS. So we'll send him this video to demonstrate that in this particular case, in this particular case, he should, yeah. Anyway, that was nice of him not to take my money twice, though he didn't take it the first time. So yeah, in theory, I could have run a test generator. It would have created some tests for me. When you run the test generator, it creates incomplete tests. So it reads through your routes file. It'll create basically an HTTP test for each one of your routes, each one of your controllers, and it'll mark the test incomplete. You go through and you assert successful, and you look at what the output should be, and do assert C or whatever it's going to take for you to feel confident that your routes will return what they're supposed to return. It's really quick then to just go through and create tests for all of your routes. And if you just do that, you're probably in pretty good shape for most Laravel apps. Sad that we couldn't show that.
Can you make another branch and just...
Maybe.
But you already bought it for that branch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for the branch?
Ja, aber kann man nicht zu seinen gekauften Shifts gehen, dann dort noch mal runnen?
Nein, wirklich nicht.
Aha.
Also es ist jetzt nicht schon. Das geht wirklich nicht. Aus irgendeinem Grund hast du keinen Rerun-Button. Also es ist jetzt
I'm not joking around.
Nein.
Nope.
Okay.
It was worth a try. All right.
You could rename the repository.
I could rename the repository. This seems like a lot of work. We're going to move on because, I've just described fully what that would do. Another thing that Shift offers, I don't know, do you guys use this Workbench?
No. Yes, hello.
So Shift has this companion product called Workbench Developer Trust Fund. Oh, interesting. So my upgrade broke something.
Yeah, you could compose your install update, something like that.
Is that what it is?
You can go to your app PHP file and just disable it. I think it's just wrongly imported or something. And this
Config.
And here somewhere trust proxies.
The kernel.
In kernel. Sorry. Yeah.
In the HTTP kernel.
HTTP
Oh, yeah, okay.
App HTTP.
PHP kernel.
Here, class proxies.
Yeah, okay.
I think you can just disable it.
All right. Fruitcake query handler.
What's going on?
I probably should have read through the
Yeah, that's right. Right
handle
there.
course, yeah.
Of course.
Of course.
No,
All right. Now we have Workbench. This is the part that I'm actually really excited about because this is actually what we use way more than just the regular Laravel Shift. So we're going to look at my code here, which was written kind of sloppily. As you can see, I'm using the old array syntax here, and nobody needs that energy in their lives. So we're going to get rid of that, and we're going to run this. And what this does is it spins up a Docker image, and it'll go through my application. Anywhere that I use that old syntax, it'll replace it with the new syntax.
Can you use the desktop app without any subscriptions?
You can run. There are some programs that you can run without. Let's see if this. Here we go. Yeah. So if we look at free, I don't know if it. Yeah. I don't know if this actually sorted them or not. Yeah, but there are some free, some premium, and some. But I don't see the list changing. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, with the premium ones, you have to have a subscription, or you have to pay. I think it's like $100 a year or something if you just want Workbench. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can do. Code formatting, which is basically just a wrapper for PHP CS Fixer. That's what you were trying to. You were running the wrong shift with what you were trying to do. You should have run this one. Short array syntax, switch to match. The class constant is really nice. Property promotion. So let's see if we can. Where is Workbench? Still working. That's a great thing about Docker. It slows everything down.
With the presentation, it's always awesome.
Yeah. I should have thought about the dead time I would have when everything was running. Like, how do I fill that?
Already enabled the experimental Docker settings for new macOS versions.
No.
They changed. You can't do it right now because it reboots the Docker VM, but they changed the file system to build that. Whatever it works, it only works since macOS. I think 13. But some on the advanced or experimental, you can check 2 boxes and then it speeds up Docker.
Oh.
Notice.
I'll be honest, the only things, I use Docker for exactly 2 things. I use it for this, and then I use it for Laravel Vapor, just because my application is too large to split up into layers.
That's definitely the better option.
Yeah.
Doing something.
Just analyzing the project. This shouldn't take too long because it's pretty small. All right, so now let's see what it did. Oh, there you go, right there. It's changed my syntax. Here I'm using the what do you call these? Yeah, the global facades, which have fallen out of favor. I don't know if they're going to be deprecated and removed at some point, but one of the things that everybody's encouraged to do is to stop using them and to start using the full. Here we go. So we can go ahead and run this one. And I think after the first one, it runs a little faster because it.
Can you run multiple jobs at the same time?
I don't think so. I've never tried, but and theoretically, yeah. See, there we go. It changed that.
Nice.
Let's see, what else do they have here that's cool? Oh, now that I'm on PHP 8, I can adopt type hints. So we can, it says, I have a license, you bastards. Anyway.
Don't do it now. We close our eyes.
Right.
Oh look, it's another
So I made two mistakes here. The first mistake was not trying this ahead of time. The second mistake was everything was working and then I upgraded my OS. And
Never run and change.
never. No, but it kept bothering me. So, eventually you had to. So do you guys use PHP Unit or do you use Pest? So I just ran the Shift at work. We had a test suite of like 1,500 tests. I just ran the Shift conversion, and it got like 99% of them perfect. It was run that shift and spend like 45 minutes getting the rest of the test working.
I experienced
It was unbelievably fast. So as you can see, Jason's very concerned about things like not taking anybody's money twice, and the customer service is excellent. He'll probably see that I had a failed shift and reach out to me and say, hey, did you need help with anything? Because he monitors his logs, and he takes really good care of his customers. So I definitely recommend if you have one-off stuff, you buy a shift when you need it. But if you run a lot of Laravel apps, we have I think 13 production Laravel apps at work, and then we're always spinning up new ideas. We do a lot of kind of proof of concept stuff that we kind of build and then throw away. But every once in a while, one of those proof of concept projects will turn into something, and now we suddenly have to maintain it. So having Shift to help us to keep it up to date, and clean up after some of the junior developers and contractors we have that kind of can get a little sloppy, and I'm not always great with code reviews. In a busy week, if something's working, it's good enough. And so I do commit a lot of code. I merge a lot of code in that I probably should do some code quality on before I merge it. But I can always come in after the fact and use this along with other, obviously I use a lot of other static analysis things and things like that. But the reason I wanted to bring this one up was because we tried in vain to demo this. So this is slightly more successful than the last one because we actually did get some code to change.
Right.
But does anybody have any questions?
How do you handle multiple or teams? We have the problem that we always need to use the shift or shifty.
I have the shifty plan.
Then you have the team.
Yeah. Yeah, there are only 2 people on my team. It's just me and one other guy that actually ever run this. So I don't know what the team size is limited to, but there are only 2 people. I wouldn't ever have like just some random junior developer, running Laravel Shift, because they would do exactly what I just did during this presentation, be like, oh yeah, this PR looks great, and just merge it in and not notice that I've just added several errors into the application.
But I think actually the Workbench is pretty good for new developers and stuff, because
yeah, the Workbench would be good for new developers, but again, I kind of use that when I, every few weeks I'll just kind of run through some of these and just let it do some cleanup for me, and I run Psalm and PHP Insights, things like that, just to kind of keep on top of the project. So is it, over the course of 3 or 4 weeks, kind of things will slide off a little bit, and then I go back and bring it up. And this is just one of the tools, my tool belt, that I reach for quite a bit.
Is actually the Workbench included in the Shifty plan?
It is.
It is.
That's why I'm like, why isn't this working? Because it's. But I don't want to give out my $1,500 license key to everybody here, as much as I like you guys. So, anybody else have a question?
Yeah, is Laravel Shift from the official Laravel ecosystem, or is this a third?
It's not. It's an independent program. It's an independent company. But Taylor and Jason are friends. Jason actually made Taylor's dining room table. So they very closely coordinate when there are changes being made within the Laravel ecosystem. Anything that's going to be high impact, they communicate with Jason so that when the time comes for an upgrade. I'm sure he has everything ready for the Laravel 10 upgrade already.
Yeah, and the best part is Jason's also doing it full time, so it's not a side hustle or something. It's actually he's
Right. It is. It's his, and that's actually a really successful business. He does really well with it, so which is good for everybody because he's not going to get bored and walk away because he's making good money. He's feeding his family.
Right.
So. All right. Anything else? Okay. Well, I apologize for the mishaps. I should have double checked some things before I got here, but
No, that's good. That's good.
it's better than we did last week.
Thank you.